just a quick video to have a look at a couple of charts of interest here. And some interesting developments here. We're up to the on the SPY now. We're up testing this resistance now. The weekly MACD is still far from crossing up yet, and the Kijun-sen's flat. So the daily here on this side is overbought on the RSI, so I wouldn't be at all surprised to see a rejection off this. The 100 MA is pointing to the downside, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it's not particularly strong here, and it's on very declining volume of this. This rally's been on declining volume, so you would not rule out a breakout of this resistance here to the up to maybe even then go on and test the 100 MA, but I would prefer to see it even test back down to this support here. Or you can't even, with these sort of patterns, you can't even even if it could even make a lower low. I've seen it make a lower low before and then it rallies after that, but I'm not saying what it will do. I'm just saying there's a high probability that this is going to be a point of heavy resistance here now, so that's going to be interesting just to see what it does. But this is the 4 hour and 2 hour on this side, 4 hour, 2 hour, and as you can see we're testing the 100 MA on the 4 hour here, so it's still fairly strong but not enough. This was where I took the first entry for the year on the SPY, and exited the option right here around this area. This area here somewhere it was where I didn't re-enter again here because there's just not enough momentum in this. It's most potentially going to see a reversal. So you don't always take, that would have been a valid entry there, but you've got to, as I said, there's no method that you don't just take the entry. You've got to use your experience and other factors as well, so not just what you see on one chart. So and UVXY, this is the volatility. This is the futures, the leveraged futures on the VIX. So this is showing a potential for a bit of a rally here now. So we should see some, when this rallies, the stock market goes to the downside. So should be looking for I've got an alert set on this here, so it's looking like this is coiling for a bit of a rally, and it's been quite oversold now, so it's going to be interesting to see what this does. But that's one of the things that I look at as well. And this was MBOT. This was a stock that a few people on YouTube that I follow picked up on this one. I don't trade these sort of pump and dump stocks, but this is not a penny stock though. This went on about 300% rally from $2 to, I'm not sure what the fundamentals behind it was. I didn't look into it, but I think it's a pharmaceutical stock or something, or a bioscience stock or something. I don't know what exactly the stock is, but Microbiotics it's called, and it went on quite a rally here now. I was just paper trading this one, but this is how it looks on my short-term trending chart. That would have been the entry right there, and that would have been the exit on this. If you were swing trading it over a couple of days, that's how it would have looked. This one was the intraday chart, which you can also swing trade off this chart as well, or you can day trade it as well. That would have been the day trade there. From there you would have got out right there on the day, which is on this 5-minute chart was here. You would have entered this just I think they were entering at pre-market, the guys that I follow it, and taking that rally, but and a lot of them got out around here, I think, as well. So they use a similar sort of trading method to what I use, and either there or there you could have got out, and then you re-entered it on the following day. That would have been a valid entry on the following day. Now this one here is a setup. I've got an alert set up just to paper trade this, but you can see the Bollinger Bands are pinching in here, and this is crossed up, MACD's crossed up, and it's just above this zero line on the histogram here. So you can't trade it until it breaks above VWAP. So it'll most likely break above VWAP on the open. So that would be a valid trade then at that point. And it's a bit of a swing low as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what this does. I might look at the fundamentals and see what's caused this rally, and just see what, for my own interest, just to see what. It's on extremely low volume though. The volume is, you'd have to be very careful trading this. It almost, could turn very ugly. There's quite a bit of volume here when they were entering it, and here again there was high volume, but you'd want to see volume pick up quite a bit on the open there before you entered a trade on this. And so I'm going to watch this one when the market opens, and see what it looks like, if I would have traded it or not, and just take a paper trade on it. But I don't trade these sort of stocks personally, but they're interesting to follow though. Oil, this is an oil setup. I do trade oil, so I've got an alert set here on oil, but this is a nice pullback here, and a bit of a retest down to the moving averages. So this is now looking like it could be a potential long entry, but got all the conditions in place, but doesn't mean that I don't have to take the trade if my alert goes off. And I've also got to be mindful of the resistance above here, so if I do trade it, I'll be scaling into it, but just seeing how this one turns out. Just showing it out of interest. If anyone wants to know what I look at or whatever. New Gas was a very nice rally here on New Gas. I caught this breakout here. I've been following this since the start of the year and looking for this breakout here. This was a very nice setup. You've got the converging MACD here, and you've got this doesn't have to be above the centre line on this side, just got to be crossed up. But if it is crossed up above the centre line, then that's high probability then. And this side does have to be crossed above the centre line, which it was in this case. That was the entry. That entry here is the same as this entry here. So, and then it came back, then took the exit here, just trailed the stop up on this just underneath this right here. Got stopped out, or if I hadn't got stopped out there, I would have got stopped out here. It depends. Either one of these is a valid exit. You can trail the stop up, but it got a bit too far away from the moving average there, so I trail the stop up on this trend line here. If the stop's a bit closer to the moving average, I would have trailed it on this pink moving average line here. But I'm just seeing what this does now. It's pulling back. Got overextended past the moving average. Now it's pulling back, so there's no trade here on this at the moment, but looking for another potential long entry. The fundamentals have been fairly bullish after quite a strong reversal, and then so getting back to the mean here, reverting back to the mean, and then we're looking for a setup. I won't be shorting this on, wouldn't be going to DGAS on this. I'll be waiting for another long setup here on UGAS, but certainly got everyone, a lot more people are following this now since the recent volatility. It's been quite good, interesting trading. So just a quick one today, and that's about it for now. All right, thanks. Bye.